What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology, the Retold action. Yes, it's here. This is my first actual cast, first gameplay. I found Kimo playing. He's grinding. He's on the ladder here, sporting in the right side of the map, though, in the blue color. I'm not sure who this is. Maybe a new up-and-comer. His name is Retold. His opponent today, obviously, we've already given it away. In the red color, his name is Kimo. It's player. Okay, even better. We've got Kimo versus player. The Age of Mythology legend. Wait, hang on. Someone needs to tell Kimo over here that chickens, you want to go to hunt first, right? Hunt is the thing. This game is still Age of Mythology. What's happening here? Wait, did he get husband? Oh, he got husbandry. Oh my God, he got husbandry. Kimo opened husbandry in this game. Okay. So first and foremost here, ladies and gentlemen, the first thing to note here is that chickens now count as herdables, apparently, because husbandry is going to go up to give you an extra 10% boost to your herdable gather rate. So Kimo jumps onto his chickens. He's going to be able to save those hippopotamus for later. And plus, he's also going to have less time needing to fight those hippos. So technically speaking, I think he actually nets himself slightly more food in the early stages of this game. Player on the other side of the map here, though, he's started with this granary first, and he's gone onto the hippos here. He's also got himself gold and wood started. So there's really only a handful of things you can really do in the archaic age. You can either go for like a really fast classical age, or you can get some technologies and go for a delayed classical age and have some advantage with that extra economy, right? So there's kind of like those two things. Everything else is not really a thing. So what are the technologies you can get? Well, you can get yourself, I can't actually see it here in this observer. Is there a way to see it? I don't think so. But you can get yourself a hand axe, you can get yourself pickaxe, and you can get yourself husbandry. So those are the three upgrades you can get in the archaic age. With the exception of that, you just get yourself a temple and you advance. So what you really want to get is 150 wood, 150 gold, and an extra 50 wood to drop a house to get to the second age. Everything else is kind of excess in terms of like quote unquote efficiency here. But we'll see what these guys are going to go for. Kimo at the moment here, he's pumping out his villages. He is not going for a quick advance at all. In fact, he doesn't even have a temple down. So he's going to actually probably be under a little bit of pressure here, because it looks to me like player has already advanced. And can I see what god he is advancing through? He is going through Athena. So there's two gods here for Hades. You can go through Athena, or you can go through Ares. Those are both really, really good options. They both have their own unique abilities. Athena is going to give him restoration, going to give him a minotaur, going to give him a whole bunch of unique upgrades to be grabbing. We'll see how he's actually going to go here. Kimo, on the other hand, he is still not advancing. Kimo is playing this one very, very slow. Still no temple. It looks like he's got a whole bunch of villagers just queued up here into the town center. I'm sure he's going to build a temple fairly shortly, unless he's thrown one elsewhere and I've missed it. I don't see. There's that temple coming down. Does he have more upgrades here? He's still only got husbandry, so it's not like he's gone for extra upgrades or anything. Player goes incredibly quickly to this classical age here. He's going to be dropping down a stable straight away. Double stables here for player. And he's going to be looking to put pressure onto Kimo straight away. Now, one thing to keep in the back of your mind here with what Kimo's doing is he's got access to sentinels. And remember, he went husbandry first. What does that actually mean in the grand scheme of things? Well, he's got a lot of food in his base. He's going to have these herdables as well that are going to get fat and faster. He doesn't need to leave his base here. He can just click sentinels and defend whatever he needs to. We're also seeing the classic wall segments coming down around the towers just to ensure that they can't get bashed down, as now Kimo ready to advance. That's so many resources in the bank here for Kimo, as the Minotaur, He's going to be moving in, and we do see that classic zoom in. It's still there. That's a lot of sentinels. You get 5 sentinels now instead of just 4. As the Minotaur comes in and he bashes the villager away. Can't get the kill on that one because, that's what the damage does. It sends a big AoE effect away now. That's absolutely huge. But now, Kimo, he's going to have to leave that position there. He does decide to turn around and start shanking down the Minotaur. And what is that villager doing? It's just getting absolutely destroyed. All right. Minotaur's still getting sent back. Kimo here, just about to hit that next stage. Does he go through Athena as well? Yes, he does. On the other side of the aisle here, we are seeing, well, the stables are still out, but players not really building those just yet. He's still focusing on this Minotaur harassment at this point. If we take a look at the resources here, it kind of looks like... I'm trying to get my grasp here. It kind of looks like we've got enough resources for a fast second town center as the units here from player moving in to get some serious damage onto the economy of Kimo. But Kimo is probably going to be losing his Ajax here, and the Minotaur stays alive for a little bit as we also see the Golden Lions in the player, and he gets a kill with that Golden Lion, it seems, there as well. Absolutely huge. Picking up those relics to start the game off and getting that advantage there. But now Kimo's on the back foot. He's got lots and lots of resources in the bank. I'm trying to get my grasp of if I'm going to assume that the red player is on the right side and the blue player is on the left side of this screen. That's my assumption here. What I wouldn't be surprised here from our Hades on the aggressive side right now would be possibly just getting a second town center at this point would be really huge. He's already inflicted some serious damage onto Kimo. He's already got a handful of units out to defend, so he's actually completely fine here, as we do see the Minotaur getting chased down. Good micro here from player with those Hippias. I don't know if I should just call him Rayalp or if he's wanting to smurf at this point. I don't know, but we'll see how things are going to go here as Kimo motoring ahead. He's now got himself 3 stables out, ladies and gentlemen. I'm having a little bit of lag here in this game. I'm not sure if that's my computer or not. I am on an alternative setup, so I'm on a laptop. It's not the most powerful. I'm not on max graphics or anything like that, so take what you're watching here with a grain of salt, but we'll see how it's all going to go as the Hippias have all started to come out. They're now called Hippias. We don't call them Hippocon anymore. I'm going to struggle a lot with all the new names, not going to lie, but there's a lot of new fun stuff. I'm surprised to see no hoplites here because players played his hand to start this game off right. He started with those Hippocons to start the game off. If you make some hoplites here, the hoplites counter those Hippias in a really, really good way. They got a good bonus against them. So I'm a bit surprised to see Kimo kind of reluctantly to some degree going for the Hippias here, but we'll see how it's going to go. It does give him the speed to defend himself, but he does already have those sentinels down. And now we see farms already coming up here for Kimo. This is really, really early farms. They only gather at 0.7 food a second. That's still kind of quick compared to Age of Titans, but it's still going to be costing him wood, and this is still a big investment. But we'll see how it's all going to go. As Kimo's just about to finish up on those berry bushes over here. And over on this side, we do indeed see the town center coming down for player. This is going to be a really, really big help to get his economy super far in front of Kimo's at the moment. He's already 3 villages in front, and that's only going to get bigger here. As we're going to continue along here, the Hippias do have themselves medium, so they're much stronger at the moment, get an extra 10% HP and damage, as they're just going to continue spamming out these cavalry at this point. I'm still surprised to see no one opting into getting any of those hoplites out. It is very, very good to get counter units here in this game, but we'll see how things are going to go. Now, one of the big differences is, if you look at Kimo's perspective, he's got no idea right now that player is on 2 town centers. He's searching around. He's looking for the town centers and everything else as the Hippias come through from player to defend over here. He's searching around, but he's not going to spot it. So you don't know what your opponent is doing until you actually scout it here. So player is getting a lot of value out of this town center, whereas Kimo is in a very, very difficult position right now. You can see his players also getting those hippopotamus in the middle of the map, and he's not spending those resources on farms. So he's got a lot more military at the moment. He's got a lot more villages at the moment. But Kimo, his villages are safer, so he can get raiding without needing to really defend himself here. As the engagement coming through here for Kimo at the moment, he's going to be retreating away here, seeing how things are going to go, because neither player at the moment has got any upgrades with the exception of that medium cavalry upgrade. And I mean, really, it's all that's going to matter here is numbers and making sure it all works out for yourself. But we'll see how Kimo can bring himself back in this game. More farms still coming down for Kimo, and he still doesn't know that player is on 2 towns, and a player is 130 population to Kimo's 90 as Kimo decides to turn around. And if you remember Titan's logic, restoration first, that's generally worse, but that kind of rhymed. But player here going to opt in for the first restoration. He does get to click that on more Hippias than Kimo here because he's obviously got more population, but Kimo on the retreat back into his main base. He's taken a lot of damage all around here as well. But those Sentinels, they're standing strong, helping him out. The problem here for Kimo is he's about to be out of gold, and that means he has to move out onto a second gold mine. So all of this defensive play that he's been doing thus far is about to be counteracted by the fact he needs a second gold mine. If we take a quick look over onto player's perspective, he's already moving down to wall off this bottom of the map there, preventing the gold mine from getting grabbed. There's the restoration finally coming through for Kimo. Now, we do have to remember that both players still have got access to restoration once that cooldown is over, but they do need to get 75 favor. And you can already see that player is building up to that. He's got 2 villages on favor. He's at 50 favor. He's going to be able to click that restoration for a second time here if he needs to. Kimo, on the other hand here, he moves over to the gold mine. The Katoskopos is out already for player. He's going to notice this and he's going to immediately move over there. But first, getting a little bit of damage onto these villages here, distracting those Hippias away. And if we take a look at the perspective here of player, he still hasn't moved over to get to that gold mine, but he's got the knowledge that it's there because his Katoskopos is dead. So maybe he missed it, but he should have that in the back of his mind. Also now going to be grabbing himself that copper armor as well. Really, really important upgrade. Gives yourself an effective 10% extra HP against hack damage. That's the way to think about those upgrades. Really, really strong to help you out in these fights, as we do see 1 Hippias coming over here to start raiding this village, or more walls coming up. But Kimo is in position here to defend. And the thing is that the population difference here is mostly just in villages. The Hippias, or the military count, is really similar at the moment. So player's got to be a little careful to not overcommit here into a fight, because he just needs more units out at the moment to fight this, or he needs a heroic age timing, which he is going to be hitting here through Aphrodite. Going to be able to click that curse, get a huge advantage moving forward. And not only that, he gets access to the Nemean Lion here at this point. As the Hippias are going to be retreating back, we do see the units now going to start looking to move in and get some damage onto this location if they possibly can. The Hades Shades going to help out as well for the time being. I believe they are myth units here as well. So you need to get yourself out your heroes to deal with those Hades Shades. If you don't, they're going to have a little bit better time against your human units. As we see, player is going to continue pushing it. And not only this, he now gets himself out the Prodromus, which have got a 3.5x multiplier against those Hippias. It's absolutely gigantic, as all the villages of Kimo going to be falling. Kimo's got no gold in the bank here. He's got no units left. And in that moment, he does decide to tap out. GG. Well played here from player. You can see a little bit of a clash of styles here as Kimo goes for the very delayed classical age, and he actually takes a lot of damage from that lone free Minotaur. Now, you can get out an Ajax while doing these delayed advances to defend that. You can build that Ajax out of your town center in the Archaic Age, but if you're not in the Classical Age, it's still going to have only a tiny bit of damage. So it's not a good way to defend against that Minotaur. The only real way to defend against the Minotaur is going to be having your Classical Age in time. So if your opponent advances at 4 minutes, you probably at the very latest need to be in the Classical Age by 4 minutes and 30 seconds. That seems to be the case here because that damage seems guaranteed otherwise from what player demonstrated in this one. If you guys enjoyed this game, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys in the next game.